Our app is the Commute helper. We've all had experience trying to get directions to class or other buildings on campus, but we feel like we aren't taking the optimal route. Other apps like Google Maps or Apple Maps provide directions, but they force you to stay on sidewalks or other known paths, which prevents you from taking your best walking or biking route. With our app, we wanted to be able to find routes on lesser known walkways or paths through grass or other cutaways that aren't known for Google Maps and will make your walk or bike ride quicker. The Commute Helper will use user data and other user inputs from previous trips to help you find the best possible route for your walk or bike ride and ultimately save you time on your trip.
At the beginning of our design process, our app was a loose collection of ideas. Nothing was really defined, and the proposal mostly seemed like a solution looking for a problem. Our brainstorming and storyboard phases of development were the most transformative. The ideas we generated during brainstorming allowed us to focus on what was important, see some of the challenges we might face, and begin mapping our ideas into a mobile format. Creating storyboards for our app helped us to further narrow down a lot of our ideas. We began to understand that our app had to be very easy to use and convenient for our users, or else it would be ignored. This stage is when the final shape of our user interface began to form.
So these are our two paper prototypes that we modeled pretty closely from our initial brainstorming. So we have 6 panels on the home screen for both of them, but on the first prototype, when you click the history button, you just sort of see like this screen with an expanded view of whichever trip you want to look at, and users kind of felt like this was kind of cluttered, whereas on this screen, when you hit the history button, you get to see sort of each day, and then when you click on a day, you can get a view like this, and then if you want a graph view, you also have that available. So that's something that users really liked. So going into our Adobe XD prototype, we wanted to focus it more on prototype 2 versus prototype 1, just because users seemed to approve of prototype 2 more because it was less cluttered and provided more detailed information.
After demoing and testing our paper prototypes, we develop everything in Adobe XD, and our progress is that we have more refined design, more refined interface, and also icons, and we assign colors for all of our interface, and also we understand more about the linkage between each interface and which interface can be reused when users actually interacting with our app.
To make a trip, users can choose to walk or bike, input their destination, and then get a fastest route calculated. After the journey is completed, the trip is recorded into the History tab, and the data can be used for future trip calculations. When you view your history, all similar trips are grouped together. You can view each one individually, or you can see a visual history of that trip's statistics to see your change over time. This graph page can be viewed in different timescales and can show you when you reach your fastest time. Our app is able to estimate faster paths for users to take compared to their normal route. This is one of the most useful functions of the app.